Hey, Diana, I know you're probably tired of us always asking how you're feeling, but we've heard from Dawn and some of your teammates about how much you're bringing to practice and what a morale boost that's been. So, how are you feeling? Are you able to go full go? And do you know yet, will you be able to play in the opener against Nigeria?
Yeah, I'm getting a little better every day. I've touched the court for the last few days, so that's definitely a good sign. So, I'm hopeful. That's the plan. So, just every day, just building up a little bit. When you haven't played for a while, there's a little bit of a protocol to get back on the court. So, I'm checking all the boxes and hopefully, be ready for the first game against Nigeria.
If I have a quick follow-up, this team over the years has mostly been a post-dominated offense. The last couple of Olympics, you've been the leading scorer. What do you anticipate it's going to be like in this Olympics?
Yeah, I think with Coach Ramos, a little bit more guard oriented offense. I think more of space the floor and shoot the three. I think with this team, it's obviously a little bit more post dominated, and I think that's how we're going to probably play. Most games is concentrating getting the ball in the post. That's our big advantage. So it seems like that's going to be the way we go.
Thank you.
Sarah, you're up next, and Roger, you're on deck.
Hi, thanks, Diana. As a veteran, I'm sure you've been to many Olympic opening ceremonies before. Just wanted to check how. And obviously, this year is quite different, given that not the entire U.S. team will be able to march with all of the COVID protocols. So, wondering if you might be able to elaborate about this year's opening ceremony and how it may compare, or things you may miss about it compared to Olympics past.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, no fans being there changes the whole dynamic of opening ceremonies. It's one of the special moments is when you walk in and there's 100,000 people there, and it's the shows and the fireworks, but it'll be different, but just as special. Knowing Sue's going to be one of the flag bearers. I mean, I think everyone that's played USA basketball knows what a great honor that is, and for us, that's a pretty amazing, thing to experience. So, it'll be different, but I'm sure we'll have a great time. There's still going to be a lot of athletes attending, so we're looking forward to it.
Next, we'll go to Roger Cleveland, and then Alexa, you're on deck.
Coach did say that there was a noticeable difference with you coming back to practice, and so did a couple of the players. Is there something in particular you try to bring once you get on the court? Is it just a certain intensity, or are you pushing everybody? Why is there a different feel when you're out there?
I don't know. I just really try to come, with a different type of energy and attitude. Especially when you're on USA basketball, you don't have a lot of time together. So those little moments in practice, I think, can really accelerate that. And, I think just being one of the vets that, knows what we're trying to get done, I think it just kind of maybe relaxes everyone a little bit. I come in full go every time. So I think it gives everyone a sense of relief, I think.
Thank you.
Alexa, and then Tyler Bronski, you're on deck.
Hi, Diana. This is kind of a big picture question, but obviously when people talk about the U.S. Olympic team's success over the last 25 years, it's easy to look at the talent disparity. But from your experience playing on the national team for so long, what do you think makes USA basketball, separate by, so much the level of success you all have been able to achieve over the last 25 years?
Yeah, I don't think you can deny the level of talent that we have. I mean, obviously, it's a country that loves basketball. We play from a very early age, and we have tremendous opportunities to keep playing and keep developing. And that's a testament to USA basketball in a lot of ways. But with talent, you still have to put it together. You still have to make people come in here and play selfless, and make sure you put the team first. And I think kind of that culture that's been built, over decades of coming here and really putting yourself aside for the betterment of the team. I think that's one thing that is expected the minute you put on a USA jersey. And, it's not for everyone. it's not an easy transition. It takes you a little while to get used to that. We know every single player that puts a jersey on other teams are, the go-to player. They're probably the best player. But, when you get together with 12 other great players, it's all about how can I make the team better? What, 2 or 3 things that I do really well that I make sure I have to do at a very high level. And, I think, having some main staples has really helped, USA basketball just carry the tradition of, going out there and competing at the highest level.
Thank you.
Tyler Bronski, and then we'll go to Ava Wallace after that.
Hey, Diana, you touched on Sue, serving as the opening ceremony flag bearer. I'm just curious what that moment was like for you personally to be able to announce that to her and kind of keep that a secret from her as well.
Yeah, it was actually, I think it was more nerve-wracking not knowing. I think it was down to 2 or 3 people, and we were obviously all hoping, Sue was picked. So, when Carol finally came over and told me that I was going to announce it at the beginning of practice, I was a little nervous. I was like, that's a big deal. So, we were just all really happy for Sue. Her getting it, I think the whole team felt like, we got it. So, for how selfless Sue is, it's a pretty amazing thing. And it's just a testament to how hard she's worked, all the things that she does on and off the court, and her leadership skills are second to none. So, we're all really happy.
Ava Wallace?
Hey, Diana. I, at least being here on the ground in Tokyo, we're now hearing obviously so many things about the restrictions and athletes not being able to be with their families and everything like that. And I wanted to ask you, someone who's accomplished so much in the Olympics already, why did you want to come back this year when, we kind of knew what it was going to be like, how different, how challenging it would be? What was important to you about saying, yeah, I still want to go to Tokyo?
Well, I mean, the minute 2016 ended, my next goal was to make, a 5th Olympics. And, it's taken 5 years to get here. And at one point last year, it seemed like it was never going to happen. There's a lot of, barriers that have had to been, kind of bypassed to get here. And, for one, we have to really thank the Japanese people and the country for, letting us be here. I know it's not a popular decision amongst them, but, as athletes, we're really thankful and grateful for being able to come here and compete. And, and we know it's, it's difficult, especially navigating the landscape of, the pandemic. It's not easy, and sometimes decisions are made that, can be questionable. So we really have to be grateful for, Japan and the people of this country for, letting us be here.
And if I could do a quick follow-up, is there anything you're kind of communicating to the first timers and saying like, you guys got to make sure you get this done, make sure you see this, make sure you try to do this in terms of within the confines of what you guys can do, that is?
Yeah, we don't stay in the village. So we got to go to the village yesterday a little bit and walk around and, see all, the buildings are, covered in different flags. So, I mean, I think you start getting the essence of what the Olympics is really like when we go to the village, and tomorrow we obviously go there to get ready for opening ceremonies. And other than that, it's a very different Olympics. You don't get to go see, the other sports, and you don't get to go support the men. So, there's a lot of things about this Olympics that are different, and you kind of just have to navigate that landscape a little bit differently.
Thanks, Diana.
Next, we'll go to Jan with Licky, and then we'll close out with Takeshi Shibata.
Hi, Diana. Thank you for taking the question. About Sue, you've been playing together and against each other for years and years. I wanted to ask you, what's the most fun playing against her or along with her? And if you have a favorite anecdote about each of these situations. Thank you very much.
Sorry, what was the first one, Jan?
Oh, well, which one is the most fun, going against her or playing with her?
I'll say I have more fun when I'm on the court with her. Obviously, we've had our battles in the WNBA, but I'd much rather be on the same team with her, like I was in Russia and at Connecticut, and on the Olympic team. I think those are the times where we probably have the most fun, not only on the court but off the court. And an anecdote about Sue. I mean, I get to see Sue in a different light. A lot of people think she's reserved and quiet, but, I get to see a different side of Sue, which, is a very funny, a very witty person. So I'm pretty lucky I get to see her in a different light.
And we'll close out our availability with Diana Taurasi, going to Takeshi Shibata, sorry.
Hello, Diana. My name is Takeshi Shibata. I'm in Tokyo. I'm a Japanese reporter. And welcome to Tokyo. My question is, could you just share what you remember about your game against Japan back in 2016? I think you guys have a blowout game against Japan, but the first half was very good. So what do you remember about that?
Well, I mean, we know Japan and how much they've improved in the last, decade. Just the style of basketball they play, I love. I'm pretty close friends with their head coach, Hove. He's really good friends with my ex-coach at the Phoenix Mercury, Corey Gaines. So I know the synergy that they work with, the way they play offense with pace and shooting threes. And like I said, that score in Rio doesn't deflect how hard that game was. I remember at halftime, we were like, you guys, we really got to make sure we lock down on defense. They're just hard to guard with the motion and the way they shoot the three. They put you in very difficult decisions on positions on defense. So I'm sure it'll be the same. I know Talk is out with an ACL, but they always seem to play that system, and they'll rearrange their roster to make sure they're dangerous. And I've been saying for a long time they've getting better every year, and this is their time to obviously play their best basketball.
Okay, thank you so much. ありがとうございました。Enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.